life when it's gonna keep going. Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'm leaning like I'm on the field for the Hennies. I talk lots of shit like my bitches are dangerous. They didn't know me well, so I left from with wishes. You know it's a drop when you drain and can't flip it. I'm living big, I swear to God, I'm Luke, ain't kidding. Money, turn it up, mama, gon' snap her some dope, her hair great like a grandma. You know my ice blinking like Dolce like a panda. Roll it, hold it, I couldn't control, shout it like a channel. My racks are squeaking on that part and I hop in that Rari, I crank on like water. Horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. I'ma move me some dough like confusion. I'ma go in that bitch with a ruler. I'ma toast me a nigga like Schroeder's. I'ma keep a red flag on them bullets. I know some roller spaces like a duelist. Yeah, I was screaming on my car like cool. When I snorted, I feel like I was aborted. If I ever ordained it, baby, better drop was bored. I been getting money before the music for Pandora. I just do this shit when I get bored. Nigga, horses don't stop, they keep going. Yeah. You can lose your life, but it gon' keep going. Why not risk life when it's gon' keep going? Yeah. When you die, somebody else was born, but at least we got to say we ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money, we ran on the digit, we ran on that money. We ran on the digit, we ran on the money, we ran on the digit, we ran on some money, we ran on some digit, we ran on some money. We got London on the track.
Today, we're going to talk about the New York Jets, our projected number 4 seed in the college football playoffs, and we're getting Trent on here to craft up some MLB plays. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sand and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Of course, the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach at the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Mick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. New chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just wanted something.
What is going on, chat? Happy BTL Monday, episode 731 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by SeatGeek. If you're going to the ballpark this summer, if you're going to the PLL this year as well, we got a couple weeks left. Where you get your tickets at, I'll answer it for you. You're going to SeatGeek. You're plugging in code Bookit10, and you're getting 10% off your next purchase over there on SeatGeek, WSeatGeek. If you guys are not using that app to buy your tickets on it, what are you doing? Do you live under a fucking rock? All right, it's the big 2-5. Get SeatGeek up and moving. Okay, start using that puppy in your daily ticket purchasing repertoire. I do it every single time I'm buying tickets. I check out SeatGeek first. Okay, I'm hearing Mike's might be a hair quiet. I'm sure they'll settle in nicely. Okay, don't worry, guys. Can we get some 10s? Can we get some 4s? We got Festa coming in, dropping a resub as well. Perfect timing. We got Festa against the Dodgers tonight, late night. Surely he loses, and the Dodgers win and break out of their little mini slump. Could be Festa's big day. W resub coming in. Jovan, how we doing? Happy Monday.
Good, Krabs. How we doing?
Sure. Doing well. Oi. WPAX Picks, good to see you lurking in the chat. Can we get a good old-fashioned vintage roll call up and moving? Who's lurking in the dog days of summer on a Monday, first minute or two of BTL? Let me know how the volume is as well, chat, if you don't mind. Let's get some W vintage roll calls up and moving here. We got Ron Mux, Pax Picks, T. Crizzy. We got the one and only Casper. We got Chaco, Swoller Bear, Gabe Rod, Z Shrek. We got Pig up and moving, C. Bernat. We got Snacks, Trice Picks. We got Dragon Slayer, Drew, not Trey Young, Beef Stewski, W's, gents. Ayo Gon's up and moving. We got Coop Eagle up and moving. Let's fucking go, boys. Let's have a day. And if you don't mind, let's have a week. It's a Monday. Let's start the week off strong with some winners. Let's go ahead and get these recaps up and moving because we got a lot to get to today, folks. We're going to talk some football. We're going to get Trent on here to talk through the MLB slate, loaded slate today. We're blessed on a Monday. Let's get to it, gents. Let's get to it. Let's go ahead and recap the squad ride from Friday. W Play Jovan, great call. The Snakes are hot. W's.
Snakes, super
W's.
rare time they leave you without a sweat. So their bullpen is quail shit.
Yep. Their bullpen's terrible, but right now the bats are hot. We'll talk about that game more in a little bit here, along with the rest of the loaded MLB slates. Okay? Let's check out the Sharp Report recap as well from Friday. See how we did overall. Jovan carried, solid performance, 3-2. Looks like that CFL play, unfortunately, did not get to the counter.
Dude, I was so mad.
Brutal.
Quarterback got hurt in the second quarter with them winning.
Yep.
Other team proceeds to score 31 straight points. Just nuck.
Yep. Yeah, pretty ridiculous, but I have a feeling we'll be getting our coins back in the CFL later on this year, whether it's from you, whether it's from a Nadul POD in the chat. I'm ready. Okay? We got the YouTube chat up and moving as well. I see you, goats. We got Dayton. We got Curry of Pounds. We got Brock Sponge. We got P. What's up, boys? We got Dayton lurking as well. When are we talking the Bengals? Ooh, not yet, but soon, Dayton. Not yet, but soon. Is that tomorrow?
Really?
Yeah, we're going in the order of the ESPN standings, so I'm not going to check right now, but Goots, let me know if we're talking Bengals tomorrow. Could be the move. I'm excited to talk about the Bengals and a lot of the NFL talk we've got upcoming here, but today we're going to talk about the Jets in a moment. But we got a couple other things to get through here. We got Xander 313 coming in, resubbing, perfect timing after that Xander Bogaerts grand slam last night against Mackenzie Gore. I fucking bet.
Just bad, Krabs. It's really bad.
If we had time, I'd sit up here and bitch about how bad Mackenzie Gore was in the second half of the season last year and how concerned I am after that start yesterday, but I don't have time for that. And my head's going to pop off my body if I think about that any longer. So we're going to move and groove. All right. What else do we have to recap here, gents? That might be it. You guys are lucky. You are saved from the Nats talk until we get to that Reds game later on today. For now, yep, you're lucky. We got a hype train moving and grooving as well. We got Juan G's coming in, dropping a follow on the Twitch. Let's go, Juan. Attaboy. Good to see you lurking, Juan. All right, let's hop right in. Let's talk about some football for 10, 15 minutes, and then we're going to get into the juicy MLB slate for today. Why don't we start out with some NFL talk? Let's talk about the New York Football Jets. Look, a lot of moving parts for this Jets team this season. A lot of new faces coming in. You got a new coach, new offensive coordinator. Nathaniel Hackett was really bad. And we got Engelstrand coming in, who I honestly think might be solid, but we'll talk about him more in that offense a little bit more in a moment here. I want to just keep it simple and talk a little bit about the new additions to this Jet squad. Obviously, you got Justin Fields as their QB1. They bring in Josh Reynolds, another piece as well. Tyler Johnson coming in as a backup wide receiver 2. And I really like their draft pick, Mason Taylor, the tight end, who I think could be a pretty darn good rookie tight end this year as well. A couple pieces added on defense as well. You got Derek Noddy coming in. You got Andre Sisco coming in. You got Brandon Stevens coming in. Is that going to be enough? I don't think so. I'm pretty low on this Jets team for this upcoming season. I just feel like they're cursed, and I'm not really seeing their offseason additions making a big-time impact in year one. Jovan, what are your thoughts about the new-look Jets?
I like the Jets. I don't know if this is the year for them, but I'll say this is one of the first quieter off seasons I think we've seen from the Jets, which I think is good. It feels like the past handful of years it's always built with some dilemma, whether it's guys holding out or something not working in the back end or some quarterback drama, obviously. I can't keep a straight face looking at what Trent's doing in the
Keep on
background.
living and grooving. Yeah.
But I do think overall trajectory is good. Aaron Glenn's going to be a good culture change. Ingstrad too is he was technically like by name the passing game coordinator for the Lions offense, but from everything I've read and heard, he had a pretty big hand in a lot of the stuff Ben Johnson was doing both in the pass game and the run game. So I do think that's a underrated part of what he does that'll translate to this Jets team. So I kind of can respect the Jets, and I think they'll be trickier than a lot of people give him credit for. It's also like Justin Fields, it feels like it's the first time where all the pressure is not on him because what are you going to do? Bench him for Tyrod Taylor? This is his team, at least for.
Well, you could.
Yeah, I mean, you could,
okay.
But realistically, this is his team right now. So, like, this is the first, like, I think, full pressure off season where you're not, like, super forced to prove yourself each and every game for Justin Fields, which I think is also good for him.
I think some of his season-long prize pick squares are putting some respect on his name, and I can't tell if it's because they think he's going to do well or if it's because the Jets are going to be losing every game and in an L game script and he's going to be passing his fucking ass off trying to creep back into games. I don't know, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about some of our favorite plays and best bets for the Jets this upcoming season. As you guys can see on the screen, you got the Jets win total this year at 5.5. So Vegas does not really believe in this squad, but I guess, I mean, it could be a little bit lower. It could be 4.5 based on how their season went last year. I would not have been shocked to see that either. Plus 25,000 to win the Super Bowl. That should be a good look. Should be a W value play. I would not be getting cute with the Jets in any of those futures, but we'll talk about our favorite play for the Jets here upcoming. Honestly, we can get to it right now and talk about our favorite play for the season this upcoming year for the New York Jets. I'm going to be fading Breece Hall. People might be saying, why are you fading one of their only good players on the team? I'll tell you why. I think they're going to be in losing game scripts the majority of the season. They bring in a new offensive coordinator as well, who was the former passing game coordinator for the Lions, like Jamal was just talking about. So, look, a couple reasons to like this play, the less than on Breece Hall. Number one, it's gotten bumped down to 925.5 on the books, and shortly it will get bumped down on Prize Picks as well. Number two, I am a Braylon Allen guy. I've invested in him in my dynasty leagues. I think he's an absolute beast, and I think you're going to start to see that workload get a little bit closer to 50-50. And I know they're bringing in a new OC coming over from Detroit, who was the passing game coordinator, but if there's any sort of similarities to the offense from Detroit to now the Jets, you might see a little bit of a shift in the backfield as well, with them moving more towards a 2 RB system like a lot of teams are in the NFL. And look, you want to keep your guy healthy. You don't want him to be an absolute workhorse and get hurt halfway through the season. Keep him healthy, and I think you're going to see Braylon Allen's reps increase, as the season goes on as well. So another factor to add into it is, their QB now that they have is a big-time runner as well, and I expect him to be using his legs, and we'll talk about that here in a moment too, Jovan. So all that stuff factored in, with them being in losing game scripts the whole season, with this number being, on the way down, I want to fade Breece Hall this year, and the guy's dealt with some injuries of late. He keeps saying he's ready for, to be a 1,000-yard rusher along with a 1,000-yard receiving back, which just respectfully is not going to happen. I love that he's setting some high goals for this upcoming season, but come on now. Give me a fucking break. This is Breece Hall we're talking about here, not Christian McCaffrey. I'm out on him, and I'm in on Braylon Allen. I'm in on Justin Fields, and him using his legs this season for the Jets. And I think they're going to be losing an incredible amount of games this season and not really in a game script for Breece Hall to just get the rock and absolutely feast. So looking at his squares for the upcoming season, I want to fade him, and this is a pretty good number on Prize Picks as well. Get it responsibly. Lock that puppy in before it drops down to 925.5.
Yeah, I saw Ingstad's made some repeated comments about how he wants to utilize them in a similar way, like the backfield to Monty and Gibbs. So we'll see if it happens. I can totally see that happening.
We got Fade God coming in and resubbing. Perfect timing with Trent on BTL. He'll be up here in a couple minutes, folks. W Fade God coming in resubbing. Looking forward to cementing the college and NFL meat sheets to my tonsils. Okay. All right, Fade God, to each his own. Sure. All jokes aside, very excited for NFL previews, college football previews in the coming weeks. Guys, we're so close. Hang in there. We are so close. We can get there. We got juicy MLB slates going forward. We got a couple more weeks of the PLL. It's going to be okay, folks. The summer's flying by. Football is right around the corner. Okay? What do you guys think about the Brees Hall fades. You guys think I'm crazy? Do you guys think he's him? I really don't, and I would not be surprised to see it be more of a 2 RB backfield there with Braylon Allen as he continues to get better and keeps getting more reps. Geek Goot loves the fade. All right, enough said right there. Boom. Jovan, tell me why Justin Fields is going more than his rushing yards. This is a perfect complement to my Brees Hall fade. Sure.
Perfect. And one of the things, like we were talking about, like Engstad had a lot of a hand in what Ben Johnson was doing that people really don't know that. They just thought it was all Ben Johnson's brainchild, but Ben's been very complimentary of what he brought to the table. And a lot of that actually happened to come in the running game. Obviously, when you have Jared Goff, it's not the same as having a Justin Fields. But the repeated comment that I guess I've seen that stuck with me a lot is the fact that it felt like the Jets offense last year, he said, was just beating a dead horse, not in the sense that they're just bad, but they weren't going on the offensive, quite literally, to some really good defensive fronts. So he wants to be more on the aggressive side of going against those fronts and doing things to counter those, which when you have a running quarterback against a lot of really good defensive lines, which looking up and down the Jets schedule, especially like out of the division, like I see the Steelers, I see the Bucks, I see the Broncos, I see the Browns, I see a lot of these really good front sevens. The best way to counter a really damn good pass rush, especially if the run game isn't as elite as you think from the backfield perspective or from the running back perspective, you get your quarterback up and moving. So like Justin Fields goes without saying, I think he has the most like rushing yards per game out of any quarterback not named Lamar, like active right now. But this is the first year again where it feels like the monkey's really off his back. You're not proving yourself. So you're not cementing yourself to like, what can I do in the pass game every single day to make sure I stay around, to make sure that my name is out there and I can get a job somewhere after this year. But now you're able to be Justin Fields, which I think is great. So like, regardless of the game script that you're in, I think there's going to be plenty of design runs like you saw last year when Justin Fields was a starter for the Steelers. And I think you could be like even like an AR type role, like where you've seen some of the packages that the Colts have for him that are design runs, and you'll see plenty of that, but you'll also see plenty of Justin Fields scrambling when stuff breaks down in the pocket. So I think this is perfect. This number's gotten bumped up fat, and I think it'll continue to do so. I think it's just the perfect storm of everything for Justin Fields.
Okay. Do you think they go over or under their 5.5 win total here before we move?
I think they go under, but I think they're going to be covering a lot of these bigger spreads that they get against these better teams.
Oh, sounds like another heartbreaking year then for the Jets.
Yeah.
A couple close losses.
Trajectory up.
Probably end with 5 wins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not too excited about the Jets this year, but curious to see how they do with their new QB, their new coach, new coordinator, a lot of new pieces. And look, that was necessary because obviously it wasn't working whatever the hell they were doing last year. So make some changes, make some adjustments, and see how it, plays out. I'm not super excited, but yeah, they probably end up with 5 wins and they look a little bit more competitive. And their defense is always okay. So they'll be hanging around some games, right? And Chad, if you want to tail our favorite season-long futures for this upcoming year for the Jets, I'm taking Brees Hall less than rushing yards, and Jovan is taking Justin Fields more than rushing yards. Sure. W's. All right, let's switch gears here really quick. Let's talk a little bit about college football for the next couple before we get into the MLB slate. I want to talk about our projected number 4 seed in the college football playoffs, and I'm happy to get it started off here first. My number 4 seed for the upcoming season in the college football playoffs, I'm going with the Utah Utes. Wow. A little bit of a shocker pick here after they were atrocious last season. I could pull up their records. They were bad. They were 2-7 in conference. They were 5-7 overall, but I am a Kyle Whittingham guy. I'm buying back in to this new look offense as well. They bring in who I think is going to be the biggest game changer of this team. It's Jason Beck, a guy who actually knows how to fucking run an offense, which is typically not Utah's strong suit, but I'm hoping Whittingham lets this guy do his own thing with the offense. He comes in from New Mexico. He brings his QB with him and a couple other pieces. I'm excited to see how it plays. And if you're looking at futures for the upcoming season, there's not a lot of teams that stick out with weirdly short odds more than the Utah Utes. I'm buying in. I think they have one heck of a season, and I'm excited to give you guys a sell job on my best bet of the year for this squad. But I think they make the college football playoffs. I think they win their conference. That's why I've got them as the projected number 4 seeds in the college football playoffs. I'm buying in to Utah. I'm buying into their new QB, but who I think is one of the better coaches in college football, in Kyle Whittingham. I think he has a significant bounce back season in the hottest of seats. He needs to, or else he's probably going to get canned. And this defense is always elite. They're going to be elite once again this year. And I looked at their schedule. I think it's a pretty solid schedule for them. I think they have a chance to do something this year. And I've got them winning their conference. That's why I have them down here at the projected 4 seeds. We'll talk about my best bet here in a moment, but I want to hear Jovan's thoughts on the Utah Utes in the Big 2-5.
It's hard not to think they're going to be better. Definitely have a better quarterback situation. That's not saying very much, but he's also playing behind, I think, one of the best offensive lines in college football because
whole squad coming back.
Yeah, whole squad's coming back, and I think 2 of their linemen, at the very least, should be top 15 picks in the draft coming up this year. So, Very talented line. I do worry that like everything on that offense, skill-wise, is very, very new. So maybe it'll look better, but maybe not fine-tuned enough because I'm looking at the rest of the Big 12, and there's so much for like coming back skill position-wise that I think it's going to be really good for a lot of these teams. But I am with you. I think they're going to be better.
Okay. The odds are saying they're going to have one of the biggest leaps out of any team in the power conferences.
Yeah.
Looks like the books are big-time Utah backers this year. They think they're going to be really good, and I will join them on that. I think they have a pretty darn good season. I'm buying into the new QB for this squad who's coming over with the new offensive coordinator. I'm buying in. I think this team, I mean, look, the defense is good every year no matter what. They're going to be good once again. I know they lost a couple pieces, but look, they reload, and overall they've got, pretty similar squads. And I'm buying into Devin Dampierre. We'll see how it goes, but I think this kid could be legit. He comes over with his former coach as well, so not a lot of changes there for the offense. But like Jovan said, if there's one thing I'm concerned about, it's the other moving pieces. Their 3 best receivers or their projected starters, as receivers, are all new guys coming in transfers. So we'll see how they mesh right off the rip. But again, this team wins with defense. The one thing I'm concerned about the most with this team is their kicker. To be honest with you, their place kicker is a freshman, which scares the living heck out of me because we know this team's going to be in a lot of nail biters, a lot of low-scoring games. Let's hope he doesn't cost us some wins. But speaking of wins, let's go to my best bet for the Utah Utes this upcoming season. Give me their over 7.5 wins. Like I talked about before, guys, they're getting some serious respect from Vegas this year after going 5-7 last year and 2-7 in conference. They're the 3rd shortest odds to win their conference. That stuck out to me significantly. Pretty weird. They're right behind Arizona State there, but instead of going that much of a plus chicken play, which I do like, by the way, almost took them to also just make it to their, conference championship game. Instead, I'll go with more of a, more of a realistic pick, I guess, one that's, has a minus sign next to it at least. They're over 7.5 wins. They have a pretty easy non-conference schedule. I think they win week 1 against UCLA on the road. They're laying 4.5 in that game. I want to sell all my Nico stock and fade him in week 1. I like Utah in that game. They win there. They beat Cal Poly, or they better, or there's going to be some serious issues. And then they play Wyoming on the road. Wyoming will be a little bit better this year, but I'm not worried about it. If they can't win that game, then we're already screwed. That's a 3-0 non-con schedule right there, in my opinion. And they start playing some legitimate teams. You got Texas Tech, West Virginia, Arizona State. I think they win at least one of those games. That's 4 wins. And they play BYU on the road. I think they win that game. Shock the world. And win that game. BYU is a team that I think takes a step back this season as well. That's another win. They play Colorado at home. That's a win. Promise you that. They play Cincinnati at home. That'll be a sketchy game. But again, luckily they're playing in front of their home crowd, one of the toughest places to play in the country. That's another win as well. They play Baylor on the road. That might be a loss. But then they close out the season against the Kansas squads, Kansas State at home, and then Kansas on the roads. I think they win at least one of those 2 games as well, and they go over their win total very high on this Utah Ute squad.
Yeah, definitely plays in your favor. They get Texas Tech, ASU, and Kansas State all in Utah.
Yeah.
The Baylor game will be pretty tough, and so will the Holy War. But other than that, pretty favorable, I guess, for a Big 12 schedule.
Yep, I agree. And yes, I did see the BYU QB has verbally committed to Tulane. I did see that, guys. We'll see how that plays out. They got a lot of QBs over there.
That should work.
With some interesting histories, but I like their coach down there as well at Tulane. He's pretty darn good. Summerall, talked about him at Troy over the last couple of years. I got you guys hip a couple of years ago when he came over and got that job. He's a great coach. We'll see what he can do with these new pieces after his entire team pretty much left this offseason and took the bag and went to bigger schools. So, God, it's got to be tough for Summerall, but great job getting guys to come in and play for him, right? See how it works out, Curry of Pounds? Sure. All right, Jovan. I just went over the Utah Utes as my projected number 4 pick in the upcoming college football playoffs. I want to hear who you've got as your 4 seed.
Bang. Bang.
Hey, Goot
Okay,
Splusion.
good.
Goot Splusion. Unbelievable. But they're back. They will be back, and they'll be back with a bang, Krabs. It was a magical run last year. It was great. Great to be a part of it till the very end. And just looking at what they did last year, like obviously the defense was fantastic, and they carried an offense that was not pretty to the eye just because of how they played, but essentially you just needed to string together mistake-free drives for the entirety of the season and just nickel and dime your way to wins. And it worked all the way up until the end, until they faced, the most talented roster in all of college football, of course. But in the road to get there, nobody believed they would keep doing it. They kept doing it. It was great. Now you get a majority of the same core team back, but the big change, obviously, is a quarterback with CJ Carr, who I think this offense better suits itself. Like, they want to be physical, sure. They're going to be a run-first team, at least for a bit, sure. Like, Jeremiah Love is the best running back in all of college football. That's not going to change, and he's still going to be there. He's still going to be dominant, but CJ Carr is a gunslinger. He's a guy that can push the ball downfield, which is great when you have a receiving core with Jaden Greathouse coming back, Faison coming back, but you also have Will Pauling coming in from Wisconsin. You also have Malachi Fields coming in from UVA, your favorite squad out there. So this is a loaded wide receiving core if you're talking about relative to what we've seen Notre Dame have in God knows how long, which is great because, again, CJ Carr wants to push the ball downfield. If you're like backing Notre Dame or fading Notre Dame, really the question that you're asking yourself is, do I think CJ Carr is him? And I do, frankly. I think this is the best quarterback Notre Dame's had in years, and I think you're going to see that immediately, and you're probably going to have to because to start out the season, this is a big front-loaded schedule for Notre Dame where you get Miami early in that big game that everybody's going to be watching, and you also get Texas A&M 2 weeks later. Granted, that one is not on the road like Miami is, but for being, I guess, honest with yourself, the road game in Miami is probably going to be as much of a home game for Notre Dame as it is when you're playing anybody else in South Bend because nobody goes to those games except for, I guess, neutral or fake Miami fans. But theme of the point is Notre Dame is going to be back, and they're going to be back with a bang. This offense is going to be significantly improved. The defense, while you do lose like a couple of really solid producers to the NFL, like it's going to be back. They've reloaded, and it's going to be just as good as ever. So I trust this defense to be good enough. You lose Al Golden, but you bring somebody back, and Chris Ash, who is not like quite a descendant of him. Like there's no history there, but they run a lot of the same stuff. Principles are pretty much the same, which is why Marcus Freeman felt pretty comfortable in giving him the keys. So I don't think there's going to be much of a drop-off for this team, Krabs. Honestly, it might look a lot better, I guess. It's probably not a team that's going to sneak up on you any because I think this is going to be one that once people watch them the first couple weeks of the year, they're going to come to terms with the fact that they're actually good a lot quicker than the Riley Leonard team, not just because of the big Northern Illinois loss, but just because the offense is going to be so much prettier.
Okay. Well, nobody knows the Irish better than you and Goots, so I'll trust. I'm not as high on the Irish, though, as you are. I'm a little bit concerned with the QB position here. And, for the first time in my lifetime, I think Notre Dame has a little bit of a tougher schedule than they typically do. Yeah. I'm a little bit concerned about this schedule. Now, if they can get through it and make it to the playoffs, I think that might help them out, making another run in the college football playoffs if they're battle tested down the line. But I'm a little bit concerned with their schedule. I think they got some really tough games this year. This is the hardest schedule I've seen for Notre Dame probably in my lifetime, to be honest with you guys. Goots, get in here. What are your thoughts?
Shout out Marcus Freeman for doing that. He loads it top heavy and then gets a little easier as the season goes on. But yeah, I'm excited. It's either boom or bust, and it's very stressful, just like that A&M game last year. Because if we lose that, you might be done. You might be done right off the bat. So
we got 2 games right there off the rip.
Yeah, Miami and A&M again.
Miami and A&M. If you go 2-0, you're going to be number 1 in the country, number 2 in the country. You could go 0-2 in those games. Those are 2 tough games.
You're right.
Or realistically, you're probably going to split.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
And you can work with that.
Yeah.
Purdue, that should be a cupcake game in your home as well. That rivalry. Arkansas game on the road will be a little bit weird. Boise State, they welcome in as well. That game's weird. They should beat NC State. They should beat the Trojans, but, Trojans are no slouch. They go to Boston College on the roads. That should be a win. Navy comes into town. Navy's going to be solid again this year.
Yeah.
And then you're right, though, Goots. They do close the season out with 3 games they should win against Pittsburgh, Syracuse, and Stanford. So, the tougher games are in the beginning of the year or middle of the year.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
good for them.
If you remember,
3-game schedule as far as I'm concerned.
if you remember when we came out against A&M last year there in College Station, how fired up Marcus was. I know he loves doing this with this just right off the bat, hardest game of the year with Miami and then right to A&M. So
Okay.
I know he's fired up. No, he's going to get the boys fired up. I know Jeremiah loves winning the Heisman, so I'm excited.
Okay. Let's talk about Jovan's best bet for the Irish this upcoming year. And we'll move on to some MLB plays for today, but I'm very, very excited to hear Jovan's favorite future. I guess not a future, but a play coming up here soon, though. Sure.
Yeah, they don't really have any like great futures out for Notre Dame, and this would be like the perfect spot for like a prize pick square. But we're working on getting some great house stuff put up, but it's not up yet. But what they do have up is week 1 touchdown lines, Krabs.
Ooh.
And where are you going in the Affleck kickoff against Miami in the stadium where his career pretty much started? Because this was the site of the semifinal game against Penn State where we took his like 10.5 receiving yards or whatever the line was, and he dropped 100 for the first of 2 consecutive games. But like he's going to be the guy that I'm going to be taking a lot for this offense. He's going to be in the slot. It's like I'm not going to give you – I don't need to give like full individual game breakdown because it is what it is. But like week 1, I'm going to be all over him, especially because Miami's getting torched in the slot. But he's going to be a goat whale participant for sure when the squares get put up. So starts with a legacy performance week 1.
Right. Should be some points in this game as well against the Hurricanes. All right.
Yeah.
Jaden Greathouse. Come down with a tutty at plus 175 W's. All right.
Short.
The OGs in chat, remember, you taking Jaden Greathouse, from last season at times. Let's hope he bounces back and has another great year as well.
Would be huge.
Cool. We got Boston Sports Store coming in resubbing as well. Talking football is better than a Blue Chew. Okay. Unbelievable comment, Boston Sports Store. But you know what? You said it, not me. You said it, not me. Unbelievable. W resub for 42 months. Sure you can. Sure you can. Crypto Imp, good to see you lurking in the chat. We got a lot of goats here today. Hell yeah. Crypto Imp, I do not know when TMA is coming back, my man. But I hope you had a great weekend. What's up, Brian C? Good to see you lurking as well. All right, let's move. Let's groove. It's about that time, folks, to lock in and talk about some winners for today. We are blessed. We've got Trent with us to go over the MLB slate. And rumor has it, he's got some sharp report picks. So let's listen up. Excited to dive into it. Trent, let's get you up here, my man, so we can talk through this loaded Monday slate. What's up, Beast? And go to muted.
Fellas.
Sure.
There we are.
W's. Yep.
How we doing?
Doing well. If you don't mind, move that mic real quick. I need to see what's on that chalkboard behind you.
Yeah.
We got fuck Krabs.
Go ahead and
Jovan,
put him full screen. If you can't see it because he's in the little mini box.
What does that say under there?
My screen right now. I don't know. It was already up there. It just says fuck you, Dan Gunner.
Dubs. Sure.
Chat,
Yep.
I miss you guys. Hope all has been well. Unfortunately, I'm going to a family member's funeral tomorrow, so I'm driving to OKC here in about an hour and a half. So no surge today or tomorrow. I know mega L's, but I guess I could say I'm off the hook here.
You are certainly off the hook, and we will keep your fam in the prayers. That fucking blows, Trent. That fucking blows.
It does blow. It's all good though.
Yep. Absolutely blows. But happy to have you on for BTL today and going through this MLB slate, distract you a little bit, man. And we are blessed with a pretty good Monday slate. And you did go through and put down some favorite straight bets and some prize pick squares. I actually already locked in the Sharp Report 6-man for today. And once we get through those squares, we'll drop the link if people want to tail that as well. But happy to get the party started here. and go over some winners on the diamond. I know Chad has been waiting very patiently for this. What better way to start it out with the Miami Marlins? Don't let the Marlins get hot, folks. Might be too late. They are catching steam against the Padres, who are a much better program than the Miami Marlins, but are they playing like it? Not really. Miami's looking pretty darn good of late. I know they're coming off a loss, but before that, they were on a W winning streak, and they've got some, pretty hot hitters right now. Kyle Stowers, one of the hottest hitters in baseball right this second. And luckily for this Miami Marlins team, they've got a very underrated pitcher up on the bump in Yuri Perez, and they're facing who was the luckiest pitcher in baseball up until his last couple quail shit starts, in Randy Vasquez, who I just keep wanting to fade. He's like the Padres' Bryce Elder. This guy stinks. I want to fade him 9 times out of 10. It's not that hard. Guys, it's baseball. You can square up a little bit and take some of these angles. Sometimes these guys are just that bad, just like Bryce Elder we always talk about. Never back him, always fade him. Same thing with Randy Vasquez here. And he still has that sub-4 ERA for now. He might not after the start, but went back and forth between the over and the Marlins in this game, but I ended up landing on Miami ML because at the end of the day, it's still Miami, who is 6 games under 500, catching steam and almost up to minus 140 against a future playoff team here in the Padres. Don't need to overthink it. Looks weird to me, and I'm a Yuri Perez guy. Let me get the Marlins on the ML.
Sure. I'm in on that.
No qualms?
No qualms. You know I love fading Randy Vasquez.
Yep.
Gaines bet with the Rizzy 5U subber.
Sure.
Let's go Gaines.
Let's go Gaines.
Go Gaines.
Team player. Love to see that, Gaines. Way to get involved. 5 subbies coming in. Hype train moving and grooving. W's.
Good.
Okay.
We'll go.
First time chatter. MLD backs easy money. Ooh, I do like that play. We'll talk about that game in a little bit. Reign of Wes. Appreciate the first time chatter from you. All right. Miami on the ML. I don't want to hog all the attention here. Let's go ahead and swing it around. Trent, I want to see what play you've got. Or we can go to Jovan here first. What play you've got on the card. Get it started off with a little team total over.
Yeah, you mentioned Bryce Elder. He's in the bump today, and I will be fading his ass. And
yep.
Wow.
Tricky team to do it against because I guess the Giants have been just god awful. They've lost 5 in a row, I think 6 of 7. Offense hasn't been great until like the last couple games. I guess at least yesterday wasn't really the offense's fault. They scored 6 runs, but they were progressively getting a little more better or a little more respectable, I guess, throughout that series, and caught some bad breaks as well. But also like the last 2 series they had have been against the Dodgers and Blue Jays, who, I mean, the Dodgers are not playing great baseball right now, but respectable, I guess, egg to be laid from the Giants, and the Blue Jays are just the greatest team of all time. So it's not like you're losing games against rat shit opponents, but this is the perfect spot, I think, where the offense bounces back and finds it. It's a hot day in Atlanta today with the wind blowing out. Super high total, I think, especially considering Bryce Elder, as bad as he is. You know what he did against this team a little over a month ago, Krabs?
Through a jam.
8 innings, 1 run, 12 Ks.
Yeah, I think we faded him that game.
Yeah, that might be the best Bryce Elder start of all time, or at least one of them. So
Yeah.
he had a complete game or something last year. But absolutely shoved. Definitely his best game by a wide stretch this year. And he's had a couple of like relatively solid outings, I guess, in the meantime, like pitched well against the A's last time out, somewhat well against the Angels last time out. And then right before that were 2 starts where he's got absolutely shelled. Now I think we're about to see a little more of that today. And I think the Giants bats hop all over him. So fading him.
Okay. I like it. Keep it simple. Fade Bryce Elder, and you make coins.
I was really going to take that over, but I just couldn't get myself to rely on not only the Giants' moose shit bats, but the Braves' bats have just been.
Yeah. I mean, look, life is better if you just, keep the Braves out of your bet slips. But if you got a spot here and you're fading Bryce Elder, you're not going to hear any bitching from me. That guy sucks. Just take the team total and move on like Jovan did. Probably the smart move. Okay?
I like it.
Yep. Couple people coming in, dropping follows. Real Cole Bryan coming in, dropping a follow on Twitch. We got Only Tees coming in, dropping a follow as well. Appreciate you guys. We're also live on YouTube. If you're into that type of thing, check us out over there at Bookit Sports. Okay? Dead Larry Bird, Yankees, Cubs, and Seattle today. Sure. Certainly like the Mariners. We'll talk about that game a little bit later. All right. Trent. Let's go to your first straight bet of the day, my man. What are you crafting up? Oh, sure he can.
SEC matchup.
The only thing that's more common this season in baseball than a Rangers game ending in 2-1 is the Pirates scoring negative runs when Paul Skeens is on the mound.
Yep.
The Tigers who squoke out a win yesterday. The bats still just look absolutely horrible. And they got Paul Skeens on the bump, who is absolutely goated, has been shoving, giving up less than 2 runs at a ridiculous rate as of recent.
Yep.
Yep. But we know when Paul Skeens pitches, literally nothing happens offensively for Pittsburgh.
Yep.
So I expect Skeens to do his thing and shove, and I wouldn't be shocked if Flaherty matches him and does the same. I think they both go full 6. Both offenses have just looked atrocious. Riley Green, I'll talk about him in a minute. But if you follow SBR on feed, I mean, bro has just been bitching at a just historic rate as of recent.
Right.
And it's crazy considering they're 20 games over 500. 20 games over 500. If you followed SBR, you would think they are as bad as the Rockies.
Yep.
But I mean, he's right, dude. Riley Green looks fucking lost at the plate right now, despite going yard in Arlington this past weekend. Every other at bat's been fucking terrible. And I expect him to do absolutely nothing today. But I just think both pitchers shove. I've been taking a Skeens under 7, 7.5. I feel like his last 5 starts, it's been fucking oxygen. It's just one of those plays where just don't overthink it.
Yep. Wow, we got a hype chest up and moving on Twitch. Sure.
No
We got a confetti hype
Trent card, little Joe Puss.
Wow.
It is the ultimate Trent card. Skeens under, Coors over, Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, it was between the Braves over or that Coors over. I had no idea you were on Giants team total over. But then I just flipped to the fucking Cards over. I'll talk about it when we get there. But I mean, the Dodgers, bro, they got to fucking figure it out. They are a shell of themselves.
Yep.
They are. We'll get there, though.
We'll get there. All right. Yeah, this, the Paul Skeens sitch and not get any sort of offense whenever he pitches. It reminds me of Jacob deGrom when he was on the Mets and the Mets were fucking terrible. And every time he'd go out there and pitch, he would get 0 run support and every game would be 2-1 and they would lose. And he still won the Cy Young that year when he was like 8-8 for his overall record. I remember that being a crazy year. Kind of gives me the same vibes.
Yeah,
just
real quick. I remember that random day I swept the full board, went 5-0. That whole card it could not have been more BookitwithTrent-esque.
Yeah,
I'm getting
maybe you're running it back today. Okay, keep it simple. It might just be a public Monday. Who knows? Okay. Elite Gambino coming in, dropping a resub for 44 months. Whoa, that's a seasoned veteran. W Elite Gambino, appreciate you, beast. All right, W under in Pittsburgh. I like it. I'm definitely not crazy enough to fade that puppy. So we'll come back around to those other plays. For now, Gucci's swinging around. I got another straight bet to go over. How about an under? Another one in the Red Sox and the Phillies. This one's nasty, but stick with me here. I think Walker Buehler found something in his last couple starts, and I think he carries that into today on the road against a Philly lineup that's not scaring me right this second. And Zach Wheeler's coming off of a rare, not great start. He's been shown that he's human of late, but I think he locks back in and has a pretty darn good outing himself. I like some of the squares I'm seeing up on Prize Picks for Zach Wheeler. If it's square, I don't care. I like his less than hits allowed. I think he goes out there and shoves at home and proves that he should be the Cy Young once again this season. I love the total in this game, dropping from an 8.5 to an 8. And now we're seeing a juicy under for the 8 as well. Who knows? You might start seeing some 7.5s aloof by the time we get first pitch in this game. I think it's a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel between 2 veterans in Walker Buehler, who has a 6 ERA still. But the last 2 starts, he's been him. I think he makes it 3 in a row, 3 really good starts in a row. And then Zach Wheeler, if it's square, I really don't care. He's going to go out there and shove against the Red Sox, who've been scoring runs themselves a ton. But today, I love this under. Give me the under 8. Grab it responsibly before it drops to 7.5.
Sure. It's rad. Crab playbook.
Nasty. Absolutely nasty. All right, Jovan, what do you got, my man? Play number 2.
No, we're at a little bit of odds with this one, Krabs. Kind of. But I couldn't help myself, Krabs. Sagano is just a horrible pitcher. And you know what one of the signs of a horrible pitcher is? And thank God Nathan Eovaldi was Cy Young in that game. That game that was a squad right under that I literally went to. The number one sign I think I've seen of a pitcher being horse meat is when the Texas Rangers of all teams are swinging first pitch and going 100 off the bat every single time. Because that was what they were doing right from the start on Sugano that entire time. And it seems like everybody's been doing that in the last, I don't know, month and a half, because he's
Yeah, he's
just
terrible.
whatever they found or whatever they picked up, it's been the same for every single team. He's god awful.
Yep.
And the Guardians, like, they don't pack as much of a punch of a lot of the lineups, obviously, that he's been facing as of recent. So, like, on paper, it's a better matchup for him, you could say. But at the same time, if there's a read that's out on a guy, like, sure, you want a team that has a lot of power, I guess, to take advantage of it. But you also don't want to face a team that is a bitch to get through, at least at the top of the lineup. It is just as much of a pest as, like, the Guardians lineup can be when they're all locked in, which, like, obviously at the top of the lineup, it packs a lot more than the bottom of the lineup. But if I'm Sugano, there's not many lineups I would want to face less than the Guardians. And the offensive numbers, I guess, wouldn't show you that, again, technically, but it's just more the approach that I think the Guardians, top of the lineup, whenever they face these guys, they give them a real hard problem. So, like, regardless of whatever the bottom of the lineup does, especially in this game where I think Bibby's going to pitch pretty well, I don't know that it's going to be enough, even if Sugano does not get absolutely turked for the Orioles to win this game. So I am taking the Guards.
Yeah, Sugano sucks. But what concerns me the most about you fading him is that you're fading the Orioles at that plus 115 price. Good luck.
It's their favorite.
That scares me a little bit. They fucking win.
You know what's weird, though?
That price. Let's hope it's that
That's their favorite, but it's also the little minus 130 seems to be the Guards' favorite whenever I take them.
Okay.
So it's like,
maybe that cancels out at least.
Right? It might, honestly.
Okay. All right. I'll be honest, seeing this game open up with an 8 total between these two quail shit pitchers in Bibby and Sugano tells me we're going to get a weird pitcher's duel, but that does not mean that your bet on the ML for the Guardians, doesn't hit. They certainly could win this game in a low-scoring affair. I don't hate it. It certainly concerns me fading the plus 115 Orioles, but it sounds like that cancels out with the minus 135 or minus 130 Guardians. So, and you're fading Sugano, who's terrible, but we'll talk about him in a moment. Okay. We got G Bruns in the YouTube chat bitching. He said, I actually cannot stand how this guy talks. W under. If it's square, I don't care. Who knows? Absolutely nasty. Well, G Bruns, then why are you in here, man? Why are you in here? If you're going to bitch and you hate it so much. Who's the fool? Is it me or is it you? Because you're actually sitting in here watching this shit. Then why are you in here if you hate it so much? Or are you just bitching? Okay. We can move on. Just had to address that. Trent, let's go to your second straight bet, my man. Cannot wait to hear this sell job.
Wait, who was bitching?
G Bruns in the YouTube chat.
A bitcher in the YouTube chat.
Yeah. Rare. Usually it's positive vibes over there, but someone's trying to ruin them. G Bruns. Yep. All right.
I feel like there's a daily bitcher in YouTube chat. There's always one.
I mean, how bad can this guy's life really be? And he's still watching the show. I don't get it. All right, Trent. Tell me about this over.
Yeah, we got the over in course. Tails all this time. We got the Cardinals coming off of 3 games or getting swept in 3 games against the D-backs. They're pissed. All right. They just got absolutely bitched, losing 7-3, 10-1, and then losing yesterday 5-3. Bats have been pretty cold for the Cards as of recent, but I expect them to absolutely destroy Gomber, who has just been an easy fade all season long. Feels like a square play, but it's, again, just one of those plays where you just got to hope, click and pray. Click and pray we get some bangs. The Rockies have actually looked good offensively. They put up hella runs against the Twins in that series. I think they won 2 out of 3. But I think they put up, 10 and 7 in 2 of those 3 games. So their bats have been looking good. Mickey Moniak starting to heat up. Beck has been hitting on baseballs. So I like the offense there, and I'm not the biggest fan of Michael McGreevy, who's pitching on the bump for the Birds today. But sounds like 2 easy fades there. I got a prize pick square that's going to correlate with this as well. It's pretty red. But yeah, just give me some runs and cores and just a little click and pray action here.
Sure.
Both bullpens are just absolutely moose shit too, except for Bird. That dude's goated. Is he still pitching?
He fell off.
He fell off? Dude, I saw
Him
he had
and,
like the highest WAR on the team or some shit.
I mean, yeah, it's just because they're bad. But
him and
Yeah.
the mustache kid, I mean, they fell off a cliff. They went
That's
from being
good
the
to
best
hear,
relievers in
'cause-
baseball to now they're the worst. It's crazy.
Cardinals
Great to hear.
also top 10 bullpen in baseball, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, I won't fade him.
Well, he's fading them, and look, he's got a chance. They're in course. We'll see how it plays out.
Anything could happen, of course.
Yep. All right, we got G Bruns back for another chirp. Watching, so I know what to fade, buddy. Well, you're going to have to make another account because you've just been blocked. There we go. See ya. Good luck, my man. Have a good rest of your day. All right, swing it around. I got one more straight bet. Toronto on the ML. Fading the Yankees. This one's personal, folks. Fading the Yanks, backing Toronto. This reminds me kind of similarly to the Brew Crew versus the Dodgers series we saw just happen. And the Brew Crew just swept the Dodgers again. Crazy. Wouldn't it be something if the Blue Jays back-to-back sweep the Yankees in back-to-back series? Well, not asking for that, just asking for one win tonight. Staying hot. I think it'll be the 5th win in a row for the Blue Jays against the Yankees. Fading Rodon coming off an all-star performance. That's a crabby move. And backing Gausman, who's got some crazy-looking squares up there on Prize Picks. Makes it seem like he's going to go at least 6 innings strong, maybe more. We'll talk about Gausman in a moment. But back in the red-hot Blue Jays, after a little bit of a dip in productivity, they've ripped off 3 straight wins in a row. And I want to keep fading this Yankee squad. Besides Judge, who the fuck else is stepping up? Not a soul. Keep fading the Yankees. I'll back big game Gausman on the bump at home. This Toronto team seems to be moving a little bit differently in the Big 2-5. Let's hope they can stay hot and we can squeak out one more win, fading the Yankees.
Krabs, what was up with dropping the second half goat whale after the game started?
I don't think that happens. What, did that happen?
I mean, I maybe I timed it wrong or I looked at the times wrong, but I swear you posted it after game started.
I don't think so, dude. I placed it when they were still up on the board, and I tweeted it out immediately after.
All right, maybe I'm tweaking. Maybe I'm tweaking. Who's the guy that was up for half a home run?
Manzardo?
Straw.
Miles Straw.
That's who you faded.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be paying attention to Miles Straw's at bats moving forward.
Yeah, this is a big one. We got 2 fades for the second half season long lineup in Judge and him tonight. So must see TV up there in Toronto.
Is my mic super loud? What's going on here? I didn't do anything.
You're good. Goots is
Apologies.
He's got you. But yeah, taking the Blue Jays to stay hot against the Yanks. We don't fade streaks in baseball, or you can, but it just doesn't work. And I think Toronto wins their 5th in a row against the Yankees.
The Jays are just best team of all time.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's swing it around to Jovan's last straight bet, and then we'll circle back to Trent's. I want to hear about the Rays.
Yeah, I think I'm just like second half of the year, especially when they have as few home games as they do in comparison to every other team for obvious reasons. They seem to be coming out with a little more urgency in these home games, which you don't think they'll really need that against the White Sox. Granted, Sean Burke's on the mound, Krabs. If I told you Sean Burke, his last 5 starts came against the Guardians, Jays, Dodgers, Cardinals, and D-backs, how would you think he did?
Probably pretty well.
Yeah. His only start giving up more than 2 runs was against the Jays for, I mean, their greatest team of all time. But his last road start, which was the only road start out of those 5, happened to be 6 innings of run ball against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So that was kind of penciled in. I didn't even know it lined up with the Rays at this point because I didn't know for sure where a start was going to be. But next road start, I was always going to fade him. But for the Rays specifically, again, like if you're a relatively simple pitcher that can't keep the ball on the ground, they've been doing really, really well against those pitchers, especially in Steinbrenner. And the heat and conditions definitely helps now. But you got to see a couple of those in the Baltimore series. But now you get a guy who, again, can't keep the ball on the ground, but he really only throws, especially to righties, which lefties are his main issue. But to righties, that's the biggest thing. He throws fastball slider. It's really it. And to lefties, it's not much different except he mixes in the changeup a little bit. So like all of the Rays hitters have been seeing that incredibly well, mostly at home. But And on the road, they've been hitting them well too. Now you get a perfect matchup, I think, for a lot of guys. Main guy we'll talk about in a little bit. But I think they absolutely destroy Sean Burke. And over the weekend, the White Sox bullpen got quite a few innings as well. So if we need something late in game, I think we can get it, especially because a lot of the guys that they can bring out of the bullpen, like maybe it's Tyler Alexander. He's a former Ray, and they've hit him up well when they've seen him after he's been a Ray. Maybe it's Tyler Gilbert, a longer relief guy that hasn't been used. Both of those guys are lefties, which the Rays have struggled against lefties, but for whatever reason, not much out of the pen. They seem to be a completely different team, especially against guys they've seen before. So I think the offense, beautiful spot for him, and Shane Baz on the mound, which surprisingly, I think a lot of fades of him on Twitter today, irregular for a White Sox game, but I think he's going to pitch pretty well. May give up a straight nuke or two, but other than that, I think he's going to be fine. I think the Rays bust out offensively.
All right. Fading the White Sox, back in your Rays to win by at least 2. Okay.
Who's mucking on the Rays today?
Who do you think, man?
I saw that they have his 1.5 bases, but it doesn't seem as odd considering it's the White Sox. Plus, he's been pretty hot.
Yeah, but it's him. The Maxima. It's a system play.
Dude, he's one of my, I haven't talked to chat since the All-Star break, so I haven't even gotten a chance to talk about that whole weekend, but he's one of my, new favorite players. He has so much fucking aura, dude. Goated. And I did not take him to win the Derby just because you slurped the fuck out of him. I just had a weird feeling. And sure enough, he got us there.
That kid needs to be.
And just folded, sadly. Jonah Tong, no, dude, we're huge Franklin Arias fans. Fuck Jonah Tong.
We've already
my Jonah Tong rookie card got too banged up at the fucking Rangers game to send into grading.
No way you got it banged up,
dude.
But the good news is it was a base auto. So I mean, it wasn't like I'm missing out on anything crazy, but yeah,
he
super.
has a 40% K rate in AAA right now.
I know. I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna find an actual Jonah Tong numbered auto that's actually worth something. But Franklin Arias, remember that fucking name. Remember that name.
Peter Pusher agrees with you in the Twitch chat. He said Franklin Arias will be an absolute stud. Sure.
I've never been more confident in Jesus Mate being the second coming of Acuna, bro. And I'm honestly thinking about dropping a fucking bag for his rookie card. A bag.
You ever heard of Jesus Made?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, call him Jesus.
it's Jesus Mate.
It's Jesus Made.
No. I wish it was Jesus Made. Regardless, bro, this kid is gonna be the next Acuna. He's gonna be better than Acuna.
Okay. Pega, who are you talking about? Who made their debut as a first rounder? Are you talking about the Nats?
No, he's not, Phils. No, he's not.
Curious to hear who he's talking about. All right. We got one more straight bet here, I believe, for Trent, and then we'll get to the prize pick squares. This one should be good.
What can you say here, man?
Sure you can.
Dude, the Dodgers are just... I can't even think of the right word to follow that up. They're just awful right now. If there was ever a time to get back on track with Shohei on the bump, everybody else that gets on the bump and pitches, it's just horrible. I had a horrible feeling about that entire series with the Brewers. You tweeted at me yesterday. Can't believe we haven't seen a tweet from Trent yet on the Dodgers. Why should I nuke the Dodgers? I thought about it. I saw that tweet, thought about it for an easy 30 minutes. Almost did it. SPR, I also have his card too, bro. He's going to be a stud. Thought about it for 30 minutes and said, no, there's no point. There's no point. The Brewers have their number. They just lost 6 straight to the Brewers. I'm pretty sure they're 5 of their last, or they've won. They're 5-10 in their last 15 games. Just absolutely atrocious for Dodgers expectations.
They're 2-8 in their last 10.
2-8 of their last 10. It's insane. I don't feel great about this wager, especially considering they have just come off a sweep. They're at home, which is not great for run lines. They just lost Freddie Freeman. They don't have Muncy. But I'm fading the fuck out of Festa. And I mean, dude, they got to get one at some point. I think it's tonight. I think they win this series. I think they lose probably, tomorrow and then win the third game. But they win tonight. They win tonight. Otani's up for a regular strikeout square for the first time all year, which I thought was really interesting. Twins coming off a pretty disappointing series in Colorado. Dude, Mookie's got to wake the fuck up, Billy the Kid.
Yeah, he does.
Really bad.
He's really bad. I thought it was interesting, too, that they rolled out this new lineup with Mookie leading off and Shohei batting second. I don't know why we haven't been doing that the entire time. Because, Shohei comes up first. He either hits a home run or gets on and walks. And then Mookie, Freddie are just two auto outs every fucking time. So having Mookie lead off, hopefully finds his stride, and then bringing Otani up, I think is the way it should be moving forward. But I don't know who's filling in for Freddie today. But regardless, I think Festa gets lit up. I think the Dodgers wake the fuck up, and they win by more than 2. So,
Hey, speaking of new lineups, you know who's pitching the bulk innings after Otani? Dustin May. No, that's
he's also a guy that just needs to fucking figure it out.
I mean, yeah, he's just not very good.
I don't know. You were kind of slurping him yet last week.
I mean, game to game, if he has a good matchup, sure. He's just not very good.
Yeah, I can't stand him either, Billy the Kid. Dude, I don't know how they're still plus 200 to win the fucking World Series, bro. I think it's horrible. They're really bad.
We haven't had the trade deadline yet, so I'm sure they'll make some calls.
I totally forgot about Blake Snell.
Blake Snell coming back from rehab. He's looking pretty sharp.
I don't know, man. I don't have any confidence in this team right now. For a World Series push, I think there's just scrappier, better teams that can absolutely get hot and knock them out.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I think it's a decent spot to back the Dodgers. They're coming off of getting embarrassed, right? So if you're trying to look at it in a nasty little angle, they just got swept by the Brew Crew. People are starting to talk about it. This could be maybe a time where, Dave Roberts actually does something and gets the boys fired up before the game tonight. They're back home here against Minnesota. And Shohei's on the bump. Shohei's not allowed to run since his first appearance. And every appearance, he should be going a little bit longer. And the leash should be getting a little bit longer. But like Jovan said, you got Dustin May coming in, piggybacking, and they're still, minus 175 favorites after, playing their worst ball of the season. So I don't think it's the worst spot to back the Dodgers. Will I be on it? Probably not, but I'll be rooting for it.
Definitely backed them in 10 times worse spots.
Agreed.
Oh, easily.
Agreed.
100 times worse spots.
Easily.
I agree. This one's personal for the Dodgers. They got to go out there and assert their dominance again, prove to the league that they are the best roster in baseball, even with some injuries. No excuses. You're facing Festa up there who's fucking dog shit. Go out there and get it done.
Yesterday was really fucking bad. This is a reason why I wanted to take them today, because they had so many unfortunate breaks, but just like enforced errors they made on themselves in that game against the Brewers. I mean, Pages dropped a fucking liner right to him. Missed it. Just completely just went right by him. 2 runs scored from that. Tommy Edman, just a dumbass throw over the first baseman's head. Another 2 runs. I mean, it was just self-inflicted errors. And so I know Dave Roberts let him fucking hear it. Yeah, Kershaw was pissed.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. I mean, they were just god-awful plays. But
pen
I
also
see them
got
bouncing back. What?
Nucked. The pen got nucked in that series. I think the entire pen is so gassed, which could be good because I think it seems like the plan is if May can get them through the literal rest of the game after Shohei, they might let him. Which, big if, because he can barely get through 5 innings himself in a normal start sometimes. But
yeah,
if he can get there, he might let him. So they need it.
Or maybe 4 from each, and then somebody goes in and closes that puppy out. Okay.
Maybe. I don't even know who they would get at this time other than like Scott. Tanner Scott's, I think, one of the only two Penn pitchers that didn't pitch twice over the series.
Okay.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
dude.
All right. W straight bets. Let's
W
cash these
straight
puppy
bets.
straights. And let's get to some prize picks talk. We each brought 2 squares with us. I got Javon's favorite guy, Sagana. Simply cannot resist.
Just
Thought about it for a while. I cannot stay off. And by the way, Javon, now
Yeah.
minus 130 to the under. I
Unreal.
think that makes sense. Makes no fucking sense whatsoever. It's actually 10 cents longer than it was this morning when it was minus 120. So Sagana, it's absolutely unreal. The chart is maybe the weirdest, grossest chart of the day in any sport, in any category on the Prize Picks app. It cannot be more green. There's not one singular red bar out there. And Sagana, if you just watch him pitch recently, throw on BP. The guy is fucking terrible. And whether, it's the teams, the book's out on him. And, at this point, they got some film on the guy. They know how to attack him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe his arm is a little bit tired at this point of the season. I don't know. But he's been so bad of late. And you're telling me, and so is Tanner Bybee, by the way. He's been really disappointed this entire season, in my opinion. I thought he was going to take a big-time leap this year and be like a 3 ERA type of guy that was impressing some people. He's been all over the place this season. You're telling me a total between these two teams, these two starting pitchers, opens up at 8? It's one of those spots I care more about that opening number than I do where it's at right now. Of course, it's going to go up to 8.5. It's Sugano versus Bybee. People are all taking the over in this game. They're fading Sugano. Surely that goes well. I like the under in the game. I almost put it on the sharp report myself, but I cannot have 2, plays backing Sugano in this game or my head's going to pop off my body having to watch it. I'll stick with 1, and I'll just go with backing Sugano to go out there and do his job. The nastiest square on Prize Picks, I'm legally obligated to take the less than here.
Sure.
See how it works out. Sugano is comp to Ogasawara. He's not that bad, Geek Goot.
No,
It's close, though.
Ogasawara is just.
Ogasawara throws 86 and should not be in the major leagues. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. That could have something to do with the Nats maybe letting go of Mike Rizzo because that was his guy. So
That might have been that's probably Krabs. That might be your worst Nats take in history. That he was going to be him. Usually
I don't
pretty.
think I said he was going to be him, dude. What?
You did, bro. I literally remember. That's even why I know who fucking Sagano is because you were hyping him up as if he was the next fucking.
Not
Yoshi.
Sugano.
Not
the
Sugano.
Nats guy.
Nats version
Ogasawara.
of Sagano.
I was
Oh, my
definitely
bad, my
excited.
bad.
I was
Goose,
excited about us dipping our
I need
toes in
backup.
the Japanese market.
Krabs, when you made the signing, you were splooging over it was the first international signing you've had in a decade.
Yeah.
And you
I
said
was very excited.
You said he was gonna be good. You said he's gonna be him.
Yeah, I probably said he was going to be good. Turns
In the
out he's
lead up
atrocious.
to I think you took a spring training nerfy and he gave up like 3 runs.
Yeah.
I think in the lead up to that game, you were saying he's going to be him. Then it all I think fell apart.
I still have that lineup sitting. You know how if you send a lineup and it has a season long square, whatever, it just sits in there. I still have
Did
a
you send
lineup
that
I got to look
Judge?
at. Yep,
Okay.
it's Ogasawara and Sandy Alcantara, Nerfy from spring training. That soared more than. That was the easiest Nerfy of all time, paired with Judge, less than home runs. That might end up being the worst lineup ever.
That is the worst lineup we've ever
Really
seen.
bad lineup.
Yeah, that might go
Really
down in
fucking
history,
bad.
folks.
Really bad.
Yep. Really bad. And so is Ogasawara. I mean, did we not know the guy threw 86 miles an hour? Did we not even send scouts over there to look at him? I don't have time for this shit today, but yeah, terrible. And so has Sagano, but he's been just as bad. But I don't know. I'm smelling a bounce back start here. I'm smelling a low scoring affair. And Jovan, I'll be rooting for your ML for the Guardians. Let's just hope it's in a low scoring win.
Sure.
Okay. Dubs. And then Kevin Gosman, we'll keep it here real quick. If you look at some of his squares today, it seems like he's going to be prime Steven Strasburg up there on the bump in his rookie season. Kevin Gosman, who pitches pretty darn well against the Yankees. Some of these guys, they take it personally, just like me fading the Yanks. They want to beat the Yankees' asses up there. And he's one of those guys that goes out there and has a 3 ERA against the Yankees in his career. It's impressive. I like Gosman today, and I like the Blue Jays, like I talked about earlier. Give me Gosman more than pitching outs. One of the redder charts on Prize Picks with a juicy over. I think he gives 6 strong innings, maybe more, in a low-scoring affair as well against the Yankees, a team that he typically pitches pretty well against, knock on wood. Back in Goots' guy, Gosman, to go out there and shove against the Yanks.
Certainties.
Okay? Yeah.
This just.
Tuganu and Gosman. Don't get too excited, gents. Okay. Let's swing it around. I want to hear Jovan's 2 sell jobs, and he's backing his guy again, Junior Caminero. I bet.
Yep. Mid appearance. Has to make an appearance. Anytime he faces a guy in Steinbrenner that gives up a ton of fly balls and really only throws 2 pitches to righties, taking him every single time. Last time it was actually not a righty, it was a lefty, but the last time he was up here it was Jacob Lopez, and he sent one 420. So hoping the trend continues. Sean Burke's fastball slider. This feels like it's set up perfectly for, just like Charlie Morton did, for him to hang an off-speed pitch, and Junior sends it, and I'm splooging on feed for worst pitch of year candidate. We're going to see one of those today, and I'm going to splooge. It'll be good. So I'm taking him. I'm also taking the normal RBI squared in course. Cardinals as a team have been dog meat against lefties, but a lot of that in the past month has been part of the fact they haven't faced too many of them, but it's a lot of the lineups not seeing them all very well. The one guy who is and whose number stands out like ahead of pretty much the entire pack of the rest of the lineup is Wilson Contreras. So I think he's going to be in that spot today. The square being up, that along with a super juicy like 2.5 HRR. I don't think we saw anybody at 2.5 HRR this juicy in the entire Twin series as Wilson Contreras is today. I think he's going to be in the spot to drive in runs today, especially with a top of that lineup, which they haven't been able to shuffle again recently because they haven't seen that many lefties. They're going to today. And the fact that Austin Gomber is just god awful and cannot pitch into righties. The way that I guess you make Wilson Contreras really uncomfortable is by pitching in. And every time Austin Gomber tries to do that, it's a breaking ball head over the middle of the plate. So try and do that. That's going to get sent literally back to St. Louis.
What's that Contreras run square this dude's talking about in chat?
Does he have a weird run square up too? Because I know he's got this weird RBI square that Jovan's about to talk about here.
It's a gob. It's a gob, and just he hasn't got one in a billion.
Oh wow, that is weird.
Which yeah, I mean that's
probably hitting a bomb, bro. Anytime
that's probably more Cortex than anything, but
yeah,
we'd take that.
All right.
Yeah, those are mandatory. The regular RBI squares are a mandatory play.
Yeah, they had fucking Cody Clemens up for 2 of them in the core series. He soared both times.
When?
He had a gag. Whenever the first game was, he hit a gag, I think, and had a triple the next game to drive in runs.
Yeah. I saw Roger quote tweeted it and was like, he did not get his speed from me. Thought that was funny.
We don't need to talk about this for a long time, but I want to let Krabs know that Rob Manfield was on podcasts and he said he grew up a Yankees fan.
I mean, if you hear the guy talk, he sounds like he's in the mob, so I'm not super shocked. But yeah, just another reason to hate that guy.
Yep, you might
I love that you called
him. Never know.
I love that you called him Rob Manfield too, because it's on his name. But I'm down to pretend.
Yeah, what?
My bad.
Fuck Rob Manfield, dudes. I'm with you.
Rob Manfred, low key goated.
Why is he goated?
Well, because he pretty much forced the Rays owner to sell so that they would stay in Tampa. So he's always fuck Rob Manfred, but for that, it's kind of in my good graces for now.
Yeah.
All right. I heard you guys are going to play in the Yankees AAA team for the or stadium for the playoffs this year. Confirmed.
Yeah.
You happy about that or no?
Very happy about that.
Cool.
That would just be if we were playing like in the, I mean, assuming they get there, but they're playing the ALDS and fucking Marlins Park.
Yeah, that was the other option.
The Jays, I mean, that would be ass. That would be all-time news for everybody involved.
Geek Goot will be in attendance. Okay. W Geek Goot. That's a Geek Goot guarantee, folks. You heard it here first. All right, Trent. Or did we go over the Wilson Contreras one? Yes.
Yeah.
We did. Trent, tell me about why you like Riley Green to K twice.
Oh, SBR must love this.
SBR, bro. This better be on the card if you're able to place it. But yeah, he's striking out twice, bro. Like I said, besides hitting a gag in Arlington this past weekend, he did nothing else. Nothing else. Of course, he hit a gag the game after I needed him to, Jovan, by the way. Classic.
79 RBIs, by the way.
Wow. Officially green.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
W.
But yeah, he looks lost at the plate right now. And it's going to be pretty tough to find yourself at the plate facing Paul Skeens today. But Skeens is going to K him twice. He's seeing Nerds gummy clusters at the plate right now. Pretty red square too.
Yep.
But despite the fact that it's red, he is just not seeing ball well at all right now. And I don't expect him to see it any better today against Paul Skeens. So I will be putting that in a lineup. I was debating between the RBI square for Contreras or fucking Donovan bases. Somehow landed on Donovan bases. You're actually on Tigers ML, I'm sure, SBR. Actually, that's not a bad wager. They never win with Skeens on bump. Yeah, it is also crazy to see a regular 1.5 strikeout square, and there's only 2 available today on the entire slate. It's Riley Green, and the other one is Giancarlo Stanton, which I thought was an interesting one too. That was pretty damn near full red.
Huh.
Regardless, Donovan, fully red bases chart. Kind of a tough matchup, it being lefty-lefty, like Jovan was saying, for Contreras. But, even if he's not able to do anything against Gomber, which I'd be shocked, hopefully he can muck the bullpen late in the game here. But Brendan Donovan, like I said, coming off a 3-game destroyed sweep, they got to get hot. They got to figure it out offensively, and I think they do so this series, this game against Mouche Gomber.
Okay.
So that's that.
If you guys want to tail the Sharp Report 6-man with all 6 of our squares we just talked about, 2 from each, the link is in the YouTube and the link is in the Twitch.
Let's go. I'm tailing. Also, surgeons who normally come on and give me a play, feel free to drop me a play in the chat right now because I got a 3-hour drive.
Ooh.
I'm just going to be nuking lineups.
Yep.
Let me know.
The option you got. If you guys got plays you love in the chat, drop them. So Trent can craft up some sort of community lineup. He's trying to send some lineups today, folks. Get involved. Right?
All right. I need one thing from each of you. Who's winning a ball game today?
I think I'm going.
Chat, I'm going to a fucking funeral. Get off my dick.
Good. Put them in their place. I'm going to trust my gut here. I'm going to go with the Marlins. I'm going to go
Marlins.
Yep. Marlins are minus 125 against a playoff team in the Padres. That's weird. They're winning.
Okay.
I mean, I have the Guardians and Rays on the card, but one that's not on the card that I kind of like, that's right in your range. I like the Cubs. Minus 150 with Brazier opening and that Ben Brown's coming in. It's like a bulk starter. So, I mean, the fact they're like minus 150 is crazy to begin with, but
coming off
7
absolutely blowing that game yesterday.
Yeah. I think Ben Brown shoves.
Ben Brown, I pulled his fucking rookie auto.
Yeah, it might be a sit and wait.
That's the card you should have fucking mangled at the game.
Augment W Nugget. Surgeons, drop me your PODs. BA Sports, Bryce Elder, earned runs. Is that on board?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Just take the more than
I feel like we never picked the right side of that. How have the earned run squares been treating you, Krabs?
Pretty good this season overall, honestly.
As of recent, I mean.
50-50. 50-50. Definitely in the green, though, this year. The 3.5 Gomber square concerns me because I have not seen a more than 3.5 earned runs allowed smack this entire season, I don't think. They all go less than, but if there's one spot for it to happen, and Gomber is that bad, so let's hope that one goes more than. Definitely concerns me a hair. We'll see what happens, though. They're due. A couple other teams, I think, win today. I think the Nats win today. I also like that Nats first 5 under between Brady Singer and Jake Urban. Nats always play well against the Reds. I think Miami wins, like I said earlier. I think Toronto beats the Yankees, which is also on the Sharp Report. I like Jovan's Rays, like he was talking about before. I like the Diamondbacks, but seems like everybody does. But if you look at prize picks, looks like Gallen's going to have a pretty darn good start. And I like the Mariners tonight. But I don't want to fade the Brewers on a 10-game win streak.
They've
So
won
not be locking that
10
in.
games.
10 piece.
What
Hold the
the
fry.
fuck?
Yep. Crazy. I'm not getting in the way of that train, but I want to.
Marlins ML from Krabs, Cubs ML from Jovan. Chat. We buying it? Dude, the Marlins, man. What a weird team.
Dude, they're
Super
fun.
odd team.
They're
So
fun.
weird. Yeah, I'm definitely
That's odd,
Rays.
too.
Marlins, Cubs, Rays. Gonna need to put probably the Dodgers in there.
It's a given.
Snakes.
I don't know if
Thanks,
Gallen
sir.
belongs in the Fugazi, man.
What'd you say? Gallen and the Fugazi?
It's just doesn't line up. As much as I also do think they win.
I can't take the Mets, chat. I've never won a wager fading the Halos.
I think guy coming off of injuries should just not be in the Fugazi either. At minus 200.
Straight
Should be a
locks coming
roll.
into the resub. Trent, you got to get straight locks these coins from the surge stream last month.
Straight locks. How have you not gotten your coin, bro? Can you text me your email? I'll literally do it right now. And I'm getting you your fucking VIP.
Yeah, can the mods do the VIP thing? Probably for you.
No, I think the actual Bookit account has to do it.
Okay. All right.
But text me straight locks.
Yeah, just text them, bro. All right. Let's move. Let's groove.
Turn
Turn
him
back.
that, bro.
Turn back. DM me on Twitter, bro. We'll figure it out. All right. It's about that time. Let's check some splits on Pickett Pro here real quick. Lucas R. Krabs just blocking. Who disagrees with him now? LMFAO, Charmin. Yeah, I don't have time for this, Lucas. It's driving me nuts because you guys think I'm the worst better of all time. It's fucking bullshit, honestly. So yeah, I'm just going to start blocking people. I don't give a shit. I don't care. So either keep your yap shut or sit back and enjoy the winners. 2 options. Okay? Do not have time for it. All right, let's check some splits here really quick before we get to the squad ride. I want to see what people are betting in this late night Twins and Dodgers game. Are people backing the Dodgers to bounce back? Are people taking the Twins against Shohei? I doubt it. Yeah, mainly Dodgers plays. Okay. All right. Dubs. Any other games you guys want to check the splits on?
I think we touched on just about every game, except for the Rangers don't deserve a mention. That game is nuck. Anything in that stadium just should be just incinerate the whole game. It's really bad. And he's probably win today, though.
Yeah. All right. Can we check the splits on the D-backs game? Are people buying back into Gallen? Curious to see what people are taking. Interesting. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better about backing the Snakes. Sure.
Krabs, what were your 2 plays? Prize picks?
Suganu, less than 2.5 earned runs allowed. And Kevin Gausman, more than 17.5 pitching outs. Yep.
I'm making a 6-man. And I'm taking out voluntarily my bases play on Donovan. And I'm taking out your Suganu less than earned runs.
Okay.
We need 2 more. We need
like
2
that
more.
Stanton
I've got Riley Green
1.5
strikeouts, which is green. Junior's green. Wilson's green. Gausman, I hope, is green. We need 2 more. BTL 6-man.
I like Zach Wheeler, less than 4.5 hits allowed against the Red Sox tonight. Thank you, Shubs. That might be a decent looking square. I also like that Zach Gallen less than 5.5 hits allowed square against the Astros after the Astros splooged last night. And we just checked the splits in that game. Was surprised to see all the Astros love there. I kind of like Gallen to go out there and shove tonight. I like his less than 5.5 hits allowed.
How about us three come together for one square, whether it's those two, one of those two or not, and then chat comes through with the last legger.
Ooh. Sign me up.
Let's come together for one square.
Trying to think of the teams maybe we want. Do we put Elder / a Giant in here?
Ooh.
Potentials?
Ooh.
Could
What
just
about
stack up and take that Elder more than earn runs.
either that or Ramos or Devers?
Beach Ball Devers.
Ramos or Devers or Adames?
Dude, I feel like you just do what works 9 times out of 10. You just take Bryce Elder more than earn runs.
I'm in on that. Let's do
You're
that.
on.
Let's do that. All right,
Okay.
chat. What's your square, boys? We have 5 greens. Don't fuck it up.
Drop your favorite prize pick square in the Twitch or YouTube chat. Go, 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 go.
I'm seeing a lot of love for J-Ram potentials. I don't know if Krabs can hop on that train.
A lot of J-Ram potential. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if Sugano goes more than his 2.5 earned runs allowed tonight, I'll spin the wheel tomorrow. Like that shit's hitting.
Wow.
I wouldn't take any Guardians bats. That shit's going less than. I hate to say it, but it is, and nobody's going to talk about it when it hits, but it's going to hit. It's going to hit.
I'm seeing a lot of Jesus Sanchez love.
Yeah, I've seen that like 7 times in chat. They do love that one.
Has more than fantasy score?
Yeah, best. You already got a Ray though. Don't need
Yeah,
to
we
Ray.
have a Ray in
Yeah,
there.
you're right. Good call.
Dude, remember I said this, all right? I'm not taking it in this lineup, but Giancarlo Stanton is the second pop tab POD of day. He's striking out twice.
Yeah, I love that.
That is a normal square, right?
He's striking out twice.
Yeah, I'm taking that in a side piece with something.
Same.
I know you don't want to hit or strikeout squares.
Yeah.
I get it. But that shit's smacking.
Dude, you know what does? I swear. Hopefully not jinxing it. Anytime I back the Giants in any form or fashion, and the square is on the board, I swear it turns green.
If it's Matt Chapman, I'm out.
No, the Yaz run.
That is always green.
Spawns, dude.
Spawns.
I swear.
I will be getting a text from Jovan later of a screenshot of the real app. Surely. All right, chat. What's the fucking play, boys?
You got some options.
We just need one. Just need one.
Arenado fantasy from Snacks.
No, we already got cores in there.
Yep.
And good spam and gunner.
Rowdy, I'll be honest. I like the Mariners tonight, man. I hate that we're always on the opposite sides, bro, but trust your gut.
Jesus Sanchez from Brian C. and Jonesy. Jonesy Drive.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the one that would be auto in your slip if we had Surge today, because it seems like that's a favorite from the Surgeons.
Jonesy. Do your fucking job, bro. Element G, dude. I totally forgot I asked that.
It's a real question. Real question he spit out.
Krabs, look at Jesus fantasy. You tell and your plums, does it feel green or no? I'm not just trying to click buttons here. I'm trying to hit a 6-man.
Yeah, he's not striking out. I like the over in that game. It might just be Jesus.
In honor of Jesus made, we ride with Jesus Sanchez.
I'm in. Yeah, I mean, it's if you're gonna do it, today's probably the day to cash in after that segment. Yeah, I'm in. I like runs in that game.
All right, I'm gonna lock that. Riley Green, 1.5 Ks. Junior fantasy, Contreras RBI, Gosman pitching outs, Elder earned runs, Jesus made Sanchez.
Wow. Drop the link in the Twitch if you can. I'm sure somebody out there wants to tail that shit. Hell yeah. All right.
Chat,
You guys
I'm
think,
sorry, bro. It feels like it's been eons since I've been home. It's been a very, very long summer since dating back to the NBA playoffs. But I appreciate you guys bearing with me, man. Can't wait to just not be traveling. After I get home from this funeral, I'm going to fucking Vegas for poker tournament. Then after that, chilling until New York for Pickett at the park. And then after Pickett at the park, I am chilling.
Let's go.
When is Pickett at the park?
August 9th. Saturday, August 9th. It's the Astros again. And it's the old timers day at the park again. Hilarious. It's going to be a bunch of geezers in Yankee Stadium all dressed up like they're in the fucking game. They play with Babe Ruth. And
just unbelievable.
I'll be getting the number 99 Zero Rings jersey at the ballpark.
We're going to sack up and do the 999 challenge, Krabs.
Jovan, how about you
in
try,
New York?
Man? Shit sucks.
In New
It
York.
sucks.
It's your
Shit
thing,
sucks.
though.
Would you rather do a 999 challenge or a 24-hour stream?
No, 24-hour stream.
24-hour stream, easily.
Really?
Yes. Yes. My body, I don't know if it could take the 9 dogs in this economy. I'll be honest. Pause.
Will you get the Judge Burger, though, Krabs?
Sure. The Judge Burger is actually good. That's where I will draw the line on the Judge hates. That burger is actually that good. That's how you should know it's good. Yeah.
I did meet Brian C. this past weekend.
Sure.
Sure.
Let's fucking go. That's sick. Let's go, Brian C. All right. Let's lock in and let's craft up a squad ride for tonight. Got to lock in. We could take our time. All right. We got I Will coming in as well with a resub. I Will. Another couple goats that came in and resub that I missed. Falser, Swizzle. You guys are goated. Appreciate all you guys coming in today on a BTL Monday in the dog days of summer, getting involved, enjoying the show, and hopefully tailing this squad ride we're about to craft up. Goodsy, if you don't mind, run that shit. I'm trying to see that train. Dubs. We got a 5-unit sub whale coming in as well from Big Cheesy. Let's fucking go, Cheesy. Attaboy.
Go, Big Cheesy. Big Cheesy. Let me see your 4-man that you took away from today, bro. I know you got one.
Drop that 4-man. Drop that 10Xer. We need to see it. We need eyes on that puppy. Okay? Dubs. All right, chat. Let's lock in. Let's find plays that we know are turning green today. They could be from the Sharp Report. They could be something we talked about or came up with, on the show today. As long as it turns green, I don't give a hoot. All right? Jovan, I'm looking at our plays. I'm looking at Trent's plays. I think a couple that are non-negotiables, at least in my opinion. And I'm checking some odds, making sure we're still in business here. That Red Sox Phillies under's hitting.
Wow. Didn't expect that from you. But
It's in.
I demand one of my plays makes a pull.
Okay. Before we get to your plays and we pick our fave, Jovan, any qualms with that under? In the Phillies game?
No qualms.
Okay.
Let's go, Livy with Weege.
Sure we can, Weege.
Let's go,
All right, I'm looking at Trent's plays.
Goat.
Yo, Livy with Weege, bro. We pulled a 1-on-1 Malachi Corley. You want to talk deals?
Bagels.
That should be worth something. People forget that guy dropped the football on the 1-inch yard line. And
Dude, that's the picture of the card. Is that play?
I mean, that might be the last time we see or hear from that guy. he might be blackballed from the league after that shit. Straight up. Well, Jovan, he's demanding we put one of his plays in. What if I told you I hate all three? What do we do? Help.
That's crazy. Adam, we're literally shipping them today.
Help. What do we do?
Yeah, who does Rondale Moore play for?
He played for the Cardinals. Is he
I
on
don't know
the
if he's
still?
still there.
I pulled his 1 of 1.
Ooh. Well,
Legit a sesame seed bagel, though?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a Falcon, I think. It's right? Or maybe that was last year, too.
I'm demanding one play of mine has to go in the poll.
I know.
Why don't you drop your own trial, man?
All right, put the under in the Pirates game in there.
Cool. That was the one I was honestly hoping you were going to say. Okay.
There we go.
It's also at 7 now. LCLV, but that's okay.
Let's go.
We hate CLV around these parts. We prefer the worst number. We prefer it. So under 7 in the Tigers and Pirates game. All right. We got a Trent play in there. Jovan, I'm looking at your plays, man. My guts tell me it's the Giants.
Say it again.
My guts tell me it's the Giants team total, but my brain is telling me listen to Jovan on his Rays and take the Rays -1 now. So between those two, what are you thinking, my man?
I'd say we have a gut collab on the Giants.
Okay.
I really think this is the time they wake up and hit the fuck out of Elder.
Hashtag gut collab.
Gut collab.
Another play that I really do think is going to hit that we did not have time to really talk about, so we'll spend a second on it here now, and then we'll move. The first 5 under in the Nats game. Jake Irvin legacies. When the lights are bright, when the Nats need a win, he comes through. And at home against the Reds team that the Nats always play well against, I'm seeing a Jake Irvin gem, and I'm seeing the juice shifting towards the under in that game. And if you look at Brady Singer squares up on Prize Picks, it makes it seem like he's going to have a damn good start. This looks like a crabby first 5 under, kind of like the one from Soroka in his last start, and that one was a great fucking first 5 under. Yeah. I'm getting the same vibes here.
Who am I to say no to a Nats first 5 total from you, Krabs? It's your shit.
Any qualms?
No.
All right.
I just dropped the 6-man link down below.
Nice. Good job, Trent. All right. We're going to add that in here. I know it's not going to get any votes, but I'm going to put it in here because it's going to turn green. Let's go with the Reds and the Nats. First 5 under. What do you guys think about these plays? Red Sox, Phillies under 8. Pirates, Tigers under 7. Giants team total over 4.5. And the Reds and Nats first 5 under 4.5.
Javon, did that 2-piece with Kalkbrenner hit?
No, Kalkbrenner did though. Yeah, I think they had like one other center on the team, and he signed with another team yesterday. So like, fuck it, he's gonna be grubbing. Late night Kalk in the champ game.
Oh fuck, dude. Chat, I wish I could do a night sweats tonight, man. Fuck. I just missed bullshit banter, bro.
There's like 5 games on the slate on Thursday. Might have to get in the trenches Thursday night.
Thursday?
Yeah, I'm down for sweats Thursday night. Some college football sweats.
What's up, first time chatter, Kabul?
Yeah, let's run it, Goots. 4 plays, 4 winners. 4 plays, 4 winners. We got the Red Sox, Phillies under 8. We've got the Pirates and Tigers under 7. Giants team total over 4.5. And Reds and Nationals first 5 under 4.5. I mean, live in Paul.
If you guys were fucking Himmy, you would take my play. Come on, Chad. It's Paul Skeens. One of the greatest pitching prospects we've ever seen in our lifetime, taking the bump today against rat piss SBR's Tigers. Don't you want to see SBR bitching on feed again? Don't you? I know you do.
Please don't vote for that play, chat.
We all want to see SBR bitching on feed, bro. That's why
Please
we
vote for
play the
any other play.
game.
Pretend like that play's not on the poll, chat.
Paul Skeens taking mound today, bro.
I mean,
Chat,
Javon with beef on table chat with Bryce Helder and the Giants. Come on. I mean, what are we doing?
Chat, are you aware that the Pirates have yet to win a game in the last 2 months when Paul Skeens is on the mound? And go ahead and ask what Paul Skeens' ERA is.
Chat, please
Low.
don't vote for that. Please don't.
Really fucking low, chat.
That shit's gonna soar over by the third inning. Please don't vote for that shit. Please pick any other button. Maybe even think about putting in one of my plays in the poll.
World Series champion Jack Flaherty is on the other side. He's a champion, dude. You don't think he can shove against the Pirates?
Jack Flaherty might be worse than Ogasawara on the Nats. He's been dog shit this season. He's lost his fastball, literally. He's lost.
Come on, chat, dude. I just want something to nibble on, look forward to while I'm driving to this funeral.
It's been 5 skiing starts since you've seen it over. You all know who that was against? The Detroit
5
Tigers.
skiing starts.
The Detroit Tigers.
Oh,
Yes. Let's go, chat. How about that, man? They missed my plays, bro. They
you just
missed
pitied
them.
them into fucking voting for it, man. I'll say it. Unbelievable.
What?
You pitied them into fucking making.
I didn't pity shit. I was just reading off fucking facts.
Well, Trent, you know what? We're locking in for you today. We're taking that under in the Pirates and the Tigers, and we're hoping by the 100 comments you made about how great Paul Skeens is and how terrible the Pirates offense is, we're going to pray those don't jinx it today, and we're going to lock in the under 7 in the Pirates and the Tigers. We're going to hope Jack Flaherty returns back to prime World Series form, and we're going to hope Paul Skeens does what Paul Skeens does, and that's fucking shove. Okay? Simple as that.
Before you go, real quick, what's your Nick Chubb nugget?
Dude, again, I don't know what Pega's talking about.
Oh, I thought you had some sell job for Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb?
Bradley Chubb?
Oh.
Bradley Chubb under sacks. Is that what you're talking about, Pega?
Oh, I thought it was Nick Chubb. That could be sharp, though.
No, a little Bradley Chubb, less than sacks for the season long. That was one of the plays I talked about.
I got the perfect pair for you on that.
You got
Trey Greenlaw. Bro's way too busy signing autos, bro. Under half a pick.
I mean, if you take all those less than pick squares and just throw them all in a lineup, there's a solid chance you're hitting a pack.
That honestly could be such a fun sweat.
Just take them all.
Take all the less thans and just enjoy the shot.
No
Seriously.
Travis Hunter ain't getting 2. That
Need on
square's
tape.
been up for 3 months.
I'll spin the wheel fucking 3 times in a row if Travis Hunter gets 2 picks this year straight up.
Rowdy, what is it, bro? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And I want to reiterate, chat, if Sugano gives up 3 or more runs tonight, I will spin the wheel tomorrow on BTL. I'm that confident in my guy Sugano tonight. Yep.
Wow.
Feels a little bit different tonight. I think it's Sugano day. Goots, write that down. Okay.
Goots, splooge.
Well, we're cashing a squad ride tonight for Trent. The under in Detroit and Pittsburgh, under 7. We'll meet you guys at the cash counter. All right. Trent, thanks for hopping on, bro.
Of course, boys. Chat, I'm sorry. I've been just so out of it as of recent, but it's just another day, another thing I got to get to, and it's a fucking funeral, so cut me some slack.
Cut the guy some fucking slack, chat. Grow up.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Rare,
All right,
rare
Trent.
valid excuse.
Safe travels. All right. And we'll lock back in here later this week. Always welcome on BTL. And I appreciate all the guys watching in the dog days of summer, hopping in here on a Monday, talking through some winners. Goated. All right. W Stream, W Jovan, W Trent, W Goots, W Chats. Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be.